Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by our naming sponsors, Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. And Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. On today's show, we'll talk plenty of sports, Saints, LSU, Nichols, and high school with a live audience full of energy. Other participating corporate sponsors include Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barca Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now from the Eugene J. Falls and Lorraine Falls studios in Houma, Louisiana, here's the freaks of football, Bobby, Rich, Mike, Martin, Harry, Stan, and Chuck. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert, Rich Marty. We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford and Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford and Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
in Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors, Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Welcome back to Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I will throw it to you. You want to introduce everybody in the crowd.
Boy, look at this exciting crowd. They got some who's who in the crowd today. We're going to find out. But Mary Boudreau, who's the alumni events coordinator at E.D. White, and the Spirit Store. What do we call it, a manager? You run the Spirit Store, right?
I oversee the young lady that works in there during the day.
Okay, so she's going to lead us because, in case y'all haven't heard, E.D. White's going to the finals on Friday at the Dome at noon. And I'll see in the crowd before I even get to the tables. I'll see people from E.D. White like Bill Riviere. You know it's an E.D. White deal when Bill Riviere's here. Glenn Manso got a new haircut just for the show.
But Martin, you can't be hating.
I love it. I love it. Hey, look, I've been giving E.D. White love
Because your mom, right?
Yeah, because of my mom. She went to Mount Carmel. But no, all honesty, they deserve it.
You know what E.D. White reminds me of, though, and you guys know this story, when I was on doing high school football way back when at WWL, I just got in town, I said, and Ed White beat so-and-so, and they everyone looked at me like, where are you from?
That's one of the signature moments at WWL.
That would be like saying P-E-N-N State.
New York Penn State.
It was a New York.
Ed White. Oh, like the Ed White team.
Who's this guy, Ed White, anyway?
You got to get your stuff together.
It's been 30 years ago, so I think
All right, here we go. Let's see who's in the crowd today. So, Mary, I want some spunk in that thing.
All right, we have Alfred and Associates,
Yay, one of our naming sponsors. All right.
St. Martin and Bork.
There they are, right here in the crowd.
We have Rouse's.
Rouse's, they gave it up for E.D. White today. That's very nice of them.
We have Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute.
And Stan's going to have all the E.D. White coaches, going to have Kyle up here, and they got their entourage up here, and that's a good-looking entourage right there. All right, here we go.
Gin Gators.
Gin Gators, our perennial sponsor. Taking care of everybody.
Crosby Tugs.
We got the parish president, Arch. We got the former mayor. We got the AD and Nichols. We got a whole... Harry, how'd you work yourself into that table over there? Well, I tell you, you always have been known to jump in there. I like that. All right.
Barker Honda.
Look at Lester. But Lester can work a group more than anybody. And Lester, I noticed you surrounded yourself with people with perfect hair. Look at Ian and Cody. Rod, I'm not talking about you. And we got the new football coach. Harry's going to be talking with the Nichols football coach, Coach Ryback.
Tommy.
South Louisiana Bank.
All right, they are putting money in the vault right now. They might be a little late. Okay.
Quality Rental Tools.
Look at Jack. Look at Jack with his crew over there. Jack Clements over there with his crew.
Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government.
Thank y'all. We appreciate what y'all do for the parish. Here we go.
Terrebonne Parish School District.
They're always back there doing a great job for us. We appreciate them. And you got CIS.
CIS.
Look at Jason. Raise your hand. If anybody feels any chest pain today, head straight for that table back there.
And HTV.
Or maybe you head straight for them, Jason. Okay?
HTV 10.
Yeah, Harry's supposed to be back there, but he's over here today. That's all right. You can be a stepper.
Grand Isle Shipyard.
Grand Isle. Well, look at that motley crew. O'Neill makes an appearance. Terry, bro, he couldn't tell if he was a Terrier or a Cardinal, but I know why he's here today. That's a big... You going to the game Friday? Yes. All right.
The Pierre Part Store.
That was the weakest yes I ever heard in my life. Okay, all right.
Pierre Part Store.
Yeah, they gave up their table for...
All right. Explore Houma.
Explore Houma's in the house. There we go.
Terrebonne Economic Development Authority.
There they are. Catherine and her crew is in the house.
Headache and Pain.
And they gave up their table for some sports fanatics. See Bob and that whole crew over there.
South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority.
Very good. We call them SHLA.
All right.
Okay.
Retired coaches.
Look at Coach Albert, the legend in the house right there. 112 wins in a row in girls softball at Vanderbilt Catholic.
And we have the False family.
There we go. My Aunt Miriam. And now look, to show y'all play fair, my Aunt Miriam put a few people through E.D. White.
Well, yeah,
they were good athletes.
You got to be diversified.
They won some state championships.
Each other. It's not like Notre Dame, Boston.
We don't fight. We don't fight. Boy, they better coached a couple of my cousins' state championships in baseball. So
yeah,
it's all a good thing. We get along better than you get along with Central Lafourche.
It ain't a rivalry. We never won.
I always got.
We never won.
I had no problem with Central Lafourche. The only one when Tommy Hodson played.
All right. Okay. Don't get defensive on me.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
That is true.
All right, look. Going to the break, Coach Ryback, he called me and said, Martin, you know I am the big dog now. That Nick. He said, I want to lead y'all to the break today. I got some talent that you don't know about. So I said, well, Coach, let's get a camera and tape you. Coach Tommy Ryback, he's going to take us to the break right here on Sports on the Bayou.
This is what it is, okay? I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Won't stop. Lions, tigers, bears are my king of the jungle. I stand for the pride. Beat on my chest, that's the rhythm inside. I got so much heart, I'm burning with fire. Can't stop, won't stop till I drop. Keep climbing for the top. Simmer down, you too loud, people around. You can try, but I won't stop.
When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this. When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you chase something greater, no matter how difficult the path. On the dirt, in the sand, and beyond. The new 2024 Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
Gen Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou, our Saints section, and the most boring win in Saints history. It is a win, 14-11 over the Giants. And if you didn't really were a Saints fan, you wouldn't have been watching this game.
No, you watch in the middle of the fourth quarter. Now that was
good. The fourth quarter, yeah.
No, I always say that you go cut your grass or you go run an errand. What was happening then? But no, the Saints are not very good, but the Giants are sorry. No, the Giants are worse than the Cowgirls. I mean, you look at it. But you know what? It's always a great day in America when the Saints win and the freaking Cowgirls lose.
You had to get that in.
I couldn't even go to sleep last night. I was so ecstatic. It's purely Cowgirls. I mean, they're going to block a punt. They're all excited. Look, we touched the ball. Now Cincinnati got the ball. But good for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Now, those guys are worthy of maybe winning the MVP, but you got to have a winning team. But one of those guys is going to be Offensive Player of the Year. Can you imagine Joe Burrow's going to throw for 40-plus touchdowns, and they're not even going to be in the playoffs?
Yeah,
and think about you got a receiver that's going to lead the NFL in catches, receiving yards, touchdowns. He ain't going to the playoffs.
They can't stop anybody.
In the future, name, image, and likeness, LSU needs more Jamar Chases than Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I would be up for that. Let's go to the highlights and what they got here of the Saints. Early on, Drew Lock back to pass, throws it downfield. It gets batted up. Brian Bursey, and man, did he have a game. And thank God he blocked that field goal at the end. I couldn't have took no overtime.
He had the best game in the Saints uniform. He had 7.5 sacks now in the season.
Derek Carr over the middle. Man, that's a really good pass. MVS with the reception. And again, Carr over the middle. This is a really nice one to Jawan Johnson.
You know, we had that 98-yard drive in the game. That's the longest drive in 8 years. Now, 99 would be the longest, but in 8 years we had 98-yard drive. We need more of those.
Then Alvin Kamara sort of sets it up, and then Kendra Miller just gets pushed.
Kendra Miller, if y'all remember Deuce McAllister, when we beat the Eagles in the playoffs.
Had a similar play.
It's a rugby play. Push him, keep going.
Miller is just, he was kind of in the background there. There's a little friction going on with getting him back on the active list.
Finally getting
now
let's see how long you'll last before he goes
how about
down.
You play for a whole month. We need Kendra Miller to compliment.
Yeah, exactly. Then Derek Carr hits Foster Morrow.
Our tight ends are catching the ball, but they can't freaking block. We were a terrible pass.
Man, Brian Burns, he was more in the backfield than Alvin Kamara.
Well, that
then
was
Derek Carr,
high school open.
Ron Johnson for the
supposed to be
score.
a pro team. How can that guy be that open? I was like yelling, throw it. It was like, well, we accomplished it. So.
And then Alvin Kamara with the big run. Man, thank goodness we got Alvin.
I ain't worried about Kamara.
He's having a great year. Huh?
But then Drew Lock, he gets kind of fleshed out again. A big sack by Colin Saunders, who's always a showman, but he's made some plays.
Athletic guy, though.
That game.
I wish he could play the run better, but he just run the quarterback, throw it downfield. It gets intercepted to Mario Davis. He gives himself up.
Did he slip or give himself up?
He gave himself up.
That was terrible. No, we got to.
Then again, Lock back to pass, throws it downfield, gets knocked out. But, man, the Giants, you can't let a team just hang around like that.
I thought for sure right there, I go, damn, the Saints are going to lose. But then we blocked it.
Then Brian Versey comes in with the big block, and again, I didn't want to see this go to overtime. That was Brian Versey's best game.
Rizzi, all that emotion he showed, and that's what we like to see, passion.
And he's from that area, from the New Jersey
he's
area.
Like 15 miles from the stadium. That's like me from cutoff going to play with the Saints.
He's an emotional guy.
You want to win that game so bad. I'm telling you, Darren Rizzi might not be the future coach for the Saints, but he wanted to win that damn game because, you get family gatherings, all who you grew up with. And always say, all I know is we beat the Giants. He'll always say that.
But you see the difference in having emotion on that. That's an emotional game. You got to be able to bring the players up to another level of play. And Rizzi's figured it out, obviously. And they don't have a lot of talent. And right now, they're really limited. But
he brings a lot of passion. I don't think he's going to run the table. Come on. If we beat Washington, that's an upset. It's going to be a major upset if we beat Green Bay on Monday night in Green Bay right before Christmas. The Raiders are sorry like the Giants. We should win that game. That in Tampa Bay. But when I look at this, to show you how both teams were not very good and they were not very efficient, that's why I want to watch a real game. Like you watch like the Bills playing the Rams. Oh, no, that was very entertaining. I don't have a dog in the
Chiefs, Chargers.
Chiefs, Chargers. I want to watch those games. When you're watching the Giants and the Saints, the teams combined for 18 penalties, 15 punts. 15 punts, and just 10 of 34 on third down conversions. They had 11 3-and-outs in 27 possessions. It's like a punt fest. No, let's have a punt festival. Who can punt? Then you see Coach Rizzi chewing out the punters. Come on. You're a professional punter. Don't punt to the returner. It's like a goal.
He was told before the game, do not punt.
It's just like the Lions, though. They punt just as much as the Lions do.
What?
Never. Never punt.
I want to be the punter for the Lions. He's never on the field.
Never. That's a good. He's stealing money.
We still got 19 seconds, so don't hit me with the flag. But look at the Saints. How another win against another bad team. Let me tell you how. All we won. It's NFL. Yeah, you don't poo-poo any kind of win. But the Saints have won 3 of their last 4, but those wins have come against 3 of the worst teams in the league. The team's 5 wins have come against opponents with a combined record of 19 and 45, a 29 winning percentage.
Don't go away. Harry McCullough talks Nicholls State and also a feature of the week.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. The Hall of Famer, H. Give it to us, brother.
Right. Well, welcome back, and thanks, and welcome to Coach Ryback. Although you're 10 years, you've been here for 10 years, right?
Yes, sir. 10 years.
So tell us a little bit about it. Introduce yourself to the folks.
Yeah. So Tommy Ryback. I'm originally from Huntsville, Alabama. I grew up in Huntsville.
Huntsville, what is that? The Space
and Rocket Center,
right.
sure.
Yeah,
Redstone
I was
Arsenal.
engineers there, man. Before. Yeah, I know about Huntsville.
Space Rocket.
Yes.
They like Houston and the Rockets and all that.
Oh, yeah. All that. Went to Jacksonville State. Ryan Perilou, right, was coming through Jacksonville when I started coaching. I coached there for about 5 years. Had the opportunity to go to Louisiana Lafayette as a graduate assistant. That's where I linked up with Coach Rebo and started coaching with him. I spent 3 seasons in Lafayette, and then I went to Central Arkansas for 1 with Steve Campbell.
Boy, they got facilities at Walmart money, right?
Ooh,
oh, yeah.
It's pretty nice there.
All that.
Hey, come in, Lester. We need some Walmart money.
No,
we don't have Walmart money.
We got a Walmart, but
yeah. So 1 year there as a DB coach, and then I came when Coach Rebo got the job and became the coordinator here for the last 10 years.
Got to be cool. Jonathan Terrell's here, your AD.
Yeah.
It's got to be cool today. They thought about you and they said, man, we got one guy for the job and it's you. It's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, unbelievable. And I think it's a credit to Coach Rebo and the program that he built. And I think a large part of my opportunity is because they want to sustain the program. They want to take it to the next level, but the foundation of the program was so strong under Coach Rebo and about so much of the right things. They saw that in me to give me the opportunity to lead it forward.
Coach,
yeah, you're right.
Well, I'm driving to WWL Studios that Tuesday, and it's Tulane Tuesday. So I see it comes up, John Summerall. And so I answered it and said, what's going on, Coach? He said, hey, you got the Nichols coach on today? I said, no, I got you on today. He was like, I got a story for you, and I want you to ask me about it. I went to high school with Tommy Ryback, all of his family, and he said, I'm going to say it on the air if you ask me. His sister is the toughest one of the bunch. You didn't want to get in no fight with his sister.
Listen, if you guys knew my sister, she grew up playing football. We all started at 5 years old. She was playing football with us at 5 years old. She took a spot from my brother on the 8 and 9-year-old team. That became a fight. Nobody wanted to fight her in the house. She goes on. She goes to Georgia Tech. She joins the military. Just tremendous career in the military, jumping out of planes, teaching people how to jump out of planes.
Whoa.
All of those things. Nobody can come close to her in my family.
Well, she's obviously, they have some females, if they get past the test, should be in the armed forces. That's kind of debate. Oh, we just want the boys to fight. No, if you got a female who can kick ass, I want her to fight.
Hell yeah.
What's the odds of the head coach at Tulane, the head coach at Nichols, both head coaches at the same time in the same state?
Yeah, incredible. Probably grew up about 2 miles apart, and now we're coaching these two teams that are about an hour and a half apart. So pretty cool.
Because you know how passionate we are, and they care for football in Alabama. It's all in the deep South.
Yeah.
And you know how much it's a way of life. It's a way of life. It's not like PE class. It's just how we're going to participate. You got to win. You know that.
Oh, yeah. No question.
All right.
You got to get it done.
I got to get this in. You talked about it when you were introduced, but you said, they were saying, what about the transfer portal? You said, we'll take them out of high school, we'll take them out of transfer portal, and we'll trade them midseason if we have to, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. It's all about player acquisition, and whatever avenue there is out there, we're gonna drive down that street and see if we can make the team better.
So, you've had some guys say, I don't want to coach anymore because of this. You're embracing it, right?
Yeah, well, I think you have to build your foundation. And for us to be successful, the foundation has to be Louisiana local high school players. And then always you're going to have needs on any football team. And so you can't limit yourself where you're going to look for those needs at. You got to be able to explore whatever opportunity.
I have a quick question. I don't know if everybody ready. All right, they gave me 30 more seconds. Well, when you look at now compared name, image, and likeness and all that, do you go more that route than the JUCO route? Because remember, old school was always junior college.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's really about diving in and doing our work on finding out about the person we're recruiting, figuring out who's going to be the right fit for us, because that's, whether you come from junior college or another school, we're not going to know that until we know you.
All right.
Great answer.
All right,
That's
guys.
a great answer.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Coach.
Yeah, you're right.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
we'll
that.
be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Right after the break, it's LSU time. Stick around. It's getting good.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
The farther I went, the more people I seen, all my heroes. Staubach, Drew Pearson, Terry Bradshaw. I kicked the extra point. I kicked off. I ran punch back. I ran kicks back. I played safety. When I met Martin Falls, it was called Park. He was playing with the Rebels, and I was playing with the Tigers. Those teams back then was like, whoa, In fact, we played against each other through our whole career. And we're the best of friends still today. They still can pull Skippy Ezel up and recall his past, what he did in life. I wish I'd had HTV to support me when I was in South Turbo.
Ezel throws a great pass. It was one-on-one coverage. And Jerry Gordon, with his great speed, it's very hard to cover one-on-one.
I want to thank HTV for keeping Skippy Ezel in the lights.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Normally we would be showing highlights of LSU, but didn't play. But it was announced LSU, Baylor in the bowl game, going up against your old coach, Dave Aranda, and are they a hot football team right now? And Dave was on the hot seat. They were 2-3.
Then he won 6 in a row.
And won 6 in a row. Their offense is really, really good.
Does that help LSU at all? It really doesn't. Play in that game. I mean, what benefit does LSU get out of that?
Only thing you in Texas to recruit.
Yeah.
The most LSU alum is in Houston.
Yep.
You wouldn't believe all the people that have LSU connections that live in Houston. So you throw them a bone. You can go to a game. You don't have to travel that far. So that's what I look at. But no one's going to write home about it. The last time they played Kansas State, you remember that debacle?
Yeah. What's the money now in these bowl games? I mean, I've lost
It's
track.
still millions plural.
For these bowl games.
But before the Kansas State game, it was a significant Texas Bowl. Probably the new greatest quarterback since Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes. Remember LSU kicked Texas Tech's ass? It was in the Texas Bowl. If you look at that, Leonard Fournette led the Tigers to a 56-27 win over Pat Mahomes and Texas Tech. And then they lost to Kansas State. But you look at the matchup, I think it's because Dave Aranda, he was the defensive coordinator from 2016 to 19 for the Tigers when they won national championship, SEC title, undefeated season 2019. And then he left to go to Baylor soon after that for his first head coaching job. So that's when you're trying to connect the dots. I think that's where it comes in, the LSU Dave Aranda connection.
And
Baylor.
also LSU's fan base in Houston.
No, without a doubt.
That's a huge part of this.
You can tell your kid, oh, you want to go see LSU play? You brainwash them LSU. I mean, Houston, you don't have to go all the way to Baton Rouge. Oh, let's go to the bowl game in Houston.
You got to brainwash him with Kelly there now.
Your son was a stud at Mandeville High School. He's going nowhere else but Penn State.
Well, that's not true. Florida came very close. Urban Meyer's, it was this close. No, Urban almost had him convinced.
You'd have took the money instead of Penn State?
It wasn't even that. Urban said at his meeting, he said, we're going to win 3 national titles with Tebow here. He won
close.
2. He came close. They should have won 3.
But, I'm always intrigued with universities. Like, look who's relevant right now. Southern Methodist University. Okay, obviously in the name, that's a top Methodist university. They got a bunch of rich people. Mike, we talked about that in the future. SMU, they were paying players before you're supposed to pay them. They're going to be paying them now in the future. But when I think of Baylor, I'm going to tell you, Baylor is one of the number one med schools in the country. And if you're a good Baptist, Baylor's the number one Baptist university. Who's the number one Catholic school? Notre Dame, then Boston College. But Baylor, number one Baptist university. So all you Protestants, you probably should embrace Baylor.
Think about what Bob said about money in SMU. Charlie Long, our producer, he asked me, Mike, who's the richest school with the billionaires? In the Forbes 500, there's 11 billionaires that went to school at SMU. More than any other school. 11.
They
for
can
SMU.
hang with Texas and Texas A&M. Like in the future, who really show me the money? People don't realize. You think of Alabama. Look, all the money, the prestige of Alabama. Has more rich people at their alumni base. Auburn Tigers. Do you know Auburn has more rich people supporting them than Alabama? You would not know that. Now we all know Phil Knight in Oregon and Nike and all that, and Ohio State. I'm telling you, it's going to be tough for LSU and Alabama to keep up with the Joneses.
You are absolutely right.
Why the next 5 or 6 years? I'm just saying the whole prestige, because these young people, what they want?
We'll be back.
Show me the money. I'm telling you, watch.
Right after a short break, Stan Gravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Welcome back to Sports on the Bayou. We have a guy here that we probably need to start putting on the payroll since he's been with us so much over the last few weeks. Kyle Sang, head coach of E.D. White Catholic, going to the ship, the state champion.
Absolutely.
Have you allowed it to sort of sink in yet, or are you going to wait till after Friday?
In 2021, I did it completely wrong. I was just wrapped up in the fact that you're going to play in the state championship. And I told my wife I'm going to take time to breathe this week. And so turned down a few interviews and said, hey, give me time to enjoy this a little bit. And then it's the first time we go play in the Superdome. It was kind of strange because the guy that runs our drone for us in practice came up to me after the game Friday and said, Coach, do you realize that we're going to go play in a place where they've played Super Bowls? And
the Super Bowl this year.
And so it hit me. It hit me right there. The kids know, I know, but we got to take some time to breathe a little bit this week.
It's just another game, Coach.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's what they say. Hey, Coach, I told the kids that yesterday. None of them believe it.
Tell them that afterwards.
And Kyle, I'm not trying to put pressure on you, but you're almost going to look at all the experience you have. But how about Hank Tierney?
Oh, yeah.
Man, his ride is legendary in Louisiana.
So you know that.
I know that.
I know y'all burning the midnight oil, right?
We are. And look, Hank used to run our offense, so I'm sure he's got some ideas how to stop it. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Speaking of that offense, let's take a look at the highlights in the semifinal game against Leesville. This, of course, was Friday night. Good crowd. I would say probably not as sort of playoff-ish as the game the week before because obviously that was a big rival, but it was certainly a great crowd.
Yeah, it was.
Young, listen, and when I say young, that's a junior, Ethan Babin, getting in the end zone to start things off. And then Jax Trish comes up with a huge interception right here to make it 14. I thought that was huge simply because y'all kind of went a little lull.
Yeah, we had some problems on offense first few series, so that probably swung the momentum in the game right there.
So here we go. We're late in the second quarter, and that is Carter Douglas, a little, I don't know, we call him a water bug up there in the booth. And he gets in close, and then another junior, Grant Barbera, gets in for the touchdown. This kid was special.
He was. He's a man. He's a man. Look, our game plan was to stop that guy, and he just a strong kid. And look, but we limited him, so we did a good job defensively.
Quiet yards. He got quiet yards. I bet you Ben Guidry is he's probably mad at the turf monster for going down on that one. But you get another touchdown here again. Carter Douglas gets in, and then it's wrapped up by a sophomore as Reese LaFont gets into the end zone. Yeah. By the way, the thing that's in common with all of these guys who are getting in the end zone is they're all underclassmen, which has to feel kind of good. Of course, your linemen are.
We need some linemen, though. Yeah. So that's the reason we got in the end zone. But, yeah, that's bright future for those guys. Yeah.
So big game is going to be Friday. It's at noon, folks, which is a little odd to have it during school time. You guys were telling me at the table that E.D. White actually is.
During school time, hell, it's school.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Well, I knew that was coming.
No, you win. You don't got to go to school on Monday. I'm not. Where's the E.D. White principal? I don't even.
She's not.
You win. You ain't got to even go to school on Monday. Show probably Wednesday or something.
You know, I walked in on Monday and I was passing the collection basket to all the teachers. I said, you can chip in for me getting you the day off on Friday. Nobody contributed, though.
Got a great question. Mike, Bobby, even Martin could chime in. I don't know if you care enough, Rich, related to this. Since 1921. No, just being a Bayou region sort of question. Since 1921, they have documented state championships, right? There have been 383 state championships since 1921 in the state of Louisiana. In the Bayou region, which we consider pretty much Berwick, definitely Tim Morgan City coming this way, down to Galliano, up to, say, Napoleonville. How many state championships do you?
4.
All right, he's got 4.
I would say, because I know Salafush won too. So I
You're actually wrong.
What means?
They won 3. Actually won 3.
But LCO probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what LCO?
I'm going to say 48.
So I would say 8.
8.
17.
Martin's got 7. Let's put up the graphic. It is 11.
Oh,
wow.
No, I'd have never guessed that. Never would have guessed
So
that.
1957 was Morgan City, obviously St. Francis, which is now Vanderbilt Catholic, Lockport.
Lockport did win one.
So in 64, Assumption in 64.
The Hellmans had to be involved with that, Lockport, huh?
LaRose cut off. E.D. White has 2 under their belt, so no pressure.
No.
Mike Hillman, yeah.
South Lafourche, everybody forgets about the 71 because of what you guys did in 77.
Wayne Gouger, East 39th Street.
Oh, you didn't set him off now, Stan.
The Street of Champions, Highway 308 ain't cut off. East
Thibodeau High in 1991.
Both won the damn state championship.
Very fortunate.
That's a
Eric
pickup
Wagner
games? Come on, tackle football, no pads. Hello.
Now, Stan, you were coaching in '91 at South Terrebonne,
91,
right?
along with Eric Wagersbeck, who is now on the staff over at E.D. White. So this is his second go-round. I just told him, I said, listen, y'all going to love this word. We were playing Crowley, and we were warming up underneath. Now, y'all played the first game that day. We played the second game. And we had what we Cajuns called the frisons under the
frisons, frisons.
And I asked Eric, how you going to feel about that? He said, it's a different world. I mean, Kyle mentioned they have drones at practice now. Could you imagine Ralph Perry with a drone?
He might have shot down that drone.
No, we had 12 running plays, 5 pass plays. And you know how, like I coach Perry tell me, throw to you, everything's open.
So, Kyle, is that your advice to the quarterback?
It usually is. That's the first piece of advice, but yeah.
Do also want to remind everybody that because of regulations by the LHSA, you can't do this, you can't do that, but we are going to be there with radio. So if you are at work and you can't make it to the Dome, tune in 97.7. Very lucky to be on that call, actually doing color analysis with Mr. Big in the house tonight, and Hillary Domain going to be there. So again, we'll have that on the radio, and Martin's going to have a very special show that night, Friday night.
Well, you know, Coach, I want y'all to beat Shaw because Shaw is close to my heart. We won state in '77. We beat Shaw in the quarterfinals, and we beat Bonneville, Tommy Wilcox in the finals. You know, John Fourcade at Shaw.
He still says y'all cheated.
We didn't cheat nothing. No. Now, we might have cheated against Bonneville, but not sure. My Uncle George, you know what my Uncle George did? This is crazy. This is a true story. My Uncle George Hebert, I'm telling you what, they had this, I remember this big umpire official from Alexandria, and before the game, he opened his trunk, and he had this big ice chest. He goes, this is for you. He goes, there's a bunch of filet speckled trout and oysters and all that. He said, look, I want you just to watch the game. Just let the boys play to keep that flag in your pocket. And then, now, if you jump off sides, they got to call that. But all that holding and all that.
Stan, his uncle was Jerry Jones before Jerry Jones.
Well, he was the principal, too, right?
The principal, my grandpa, brother, Uncle George Hebert, my great uncle, he would be in a suit. He had the program on this side. He would say, listen, you can be hurt tomorrow morning. You can't be hurt on Friday night. And if you play hurt on Friday night, you don't have to go to school on Monday.
We'll be back.
You can go see Dr. Boulay.
Coming up, Chuck Bork or his sit-in will be here for What's Up, Chuck?
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we know the importance of working together as a team.
We're always here for you when you need a loan. By the way, here's that crawfish powder you needed. You can borrow it anytime.
So whether it's business or personal banking, we do it all. Visit our locations to find out how we can support your financial needs.
Good luck with the restaurant.
Thank you. And tell your mama thanks for the recipe. Her secret's safe with me.
I will.
South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors: Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou. This is our What's Up Chuck segment, but Chuck Bort, he's probably in a courtroom somewhere. So, Martin, you got it.
Yeah, Chuck is working on another big case so he could be sponsored again next year of the program. And we don't mind that. But he sent Bill Riviere in his place today.
There you go.
Big
He's more distinguished, huh? And then Chuck won't like I said that.
Yeah, they do. They sort of dress with the tight coats to make them look slim. That's how they do things in that world. Y'all get your raffle tickets ready. But I want the crew to bring up that graphic that Stan sent y'all on the championship teams. Because in the audience, Michelle Keefe, raise your hand right here. Michelle's right here. Her dad was on the 68. Raise it again, Michelle, so they can see it now. There you go. Raise your hand up again. 68-69 championship. Her dad was Joe Fake.
Whoa.
Oh, I heard of that name.
Oh, yeah. He was a wide receiver on one year, and he was a quarterback in the other year, and then later played at LSU. So, a lot of talent.
Yeah,
So-
it's a lot of talent. And
So, Bobby, my question on the What's Up Chuck. Talk to the Edie White kids. Rich, did you play in the state finals your senior year?
No.
Give it to him,
Division
A-Bear.
as a
Give him the
smart
speech,
guy.
A-Bear.
Okay. So, Bobby, talk to the Edie White players right now. They're going to the finals.
Just another game.
Me and Harry aren't qualified because we got our butts kicked against Horton in the finals 21-9. But y'all won it.
No, it's
So
better.
what do they have to do to calm themselves down for the game? And then what do they have to think about during the game to be successful?
Drugs.
So, but it's better to be lucky than good. You know, listen, it was 2020. We kicked the extra point. Steve Derry, who went to Ole Miss, he blocks it, and Kendall Curall kicked it. I never forget this. It crawls over the crossbar. We win. I don't know. You got to have some luck whenever you win anything. But you just got to stay focused. You truly have to take it. You don't want to be overwhelmed like, and then you feel like you always got to go to the bathroom. I can't play. No, you have to be like it has to be where it's just another game. It's another game, and I always knew this. That's why, to me, I went like Deion Sanders. I had to practice. If I can do it in practice, I can do it in the game. So how you practice does make a difference. How you prepared, and I think the coaches do agree. So that's the key to me. Just don't put any added pressure on yourself, even though it's not just any other game. It counts way more than that. But then you just have to just somehow, be relaxed. And that's hard, easier said than done. But treat it like another game and just execute. Now, protect the football. You can't be taking chances. You normally maybe, I'm just going to be footloose and fancy free. But if you do that, you'll have a chance to win. And then you got to have luck. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, I think luck is a lot of preparation. You can make your own luck. That all comes about. But I never forget this. It was 4th down and 10. When I hit Scott Busegard, I was throwing to Darrell Reynolds. The ball gets tipped twice. Scott Busegard, I'll never forget. He catches at the back of the end zone and we win. No, don't whistle me yet. Oh, okay. And then let me tell you what happened. It was 4th down and 10, and Coach Perry, we're going to call the play, and I'll never forget this. I said, Jesus, if I never do anything else in my life, we got to win this game. I don't know, maybe divine intervention. Yeah. And all of a sudden, I remember when I seen it go through Darrell Reynolds' hand, and the Bonnable defensive back tipped it, and Scott Busegard back in his zone catches it. Now it's only 2020, Kendall Curall. I never forget, I was so dejected that the pass goes through Darrell's hands, and I look up in the stands, the crowd's going crazy. I didn't even see Scott Busegard catch the ball. I didn't know until I looked back at the film, and we won that game, then we kicked an extra point, and it crawls over the crossbar.
Bob,
I was like, thank you. I remember I went to the alley club and partied after.
Bob, are you going to tell those kids? Are you going to tell those kids all of that?
Huh?
Are you going to tell them all of that before pregame?
No, I wouldn't tell them the pregame. I'm just saying, boy, it's a whole lot better than when you win, you lose. In 1983, I won a championship with the Michigan Panthers. I was MVP. And then in 1985, beat Coach Marr. In 1985, we played in Meadowlands. I'm the Oakland Invaders in California, and we lost right at the end in the championship game. I never forget this, because if you get there, you want to win. Because if you don't win, I'm telling you, you feel depressed. You feel dejected. The only thing that made me feel better after we lost the championship game in 85, we had won in 83, lost in 85, was my wife tells me after the game, guess what? I'm pregnant again. Also, all of a sudden she told me, and then Cammie now, who's been highly successful. So Cammie came into my life. So that in life, you keep things in perspective. But ain't nothing like winning.
Get your tickets ready. Just to add to it, if Edie White wins, I told Kyle, I was interviewing him before this show. We're going to have a steak dinner for the players. They got to win the championship.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for many years.
Awesome, yeah.
So they win. They get a big steak dinner. Harry said he's going to help me cook it. And we're going to make this. Y'all need to come help us cook, too.
Hey, I might come because anytime the Bayou region is represented, I might show up for free then. You gotta pay.
Hey, rerun the tape. Rerun the tape. Film.
Hey, make me 10 copies of that, crew.
No, because all what's occurred in the 21st century, coastal erosion and all the industry and all, we need the Bayou region to still be relevant. Look, all them state championships. We got to continue that.
I agree.
It might be for the future of our youth, our community.
All right, we'll be right back.
Where the hell did you take this back?
Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, you got it for State of Play.
Yeah, I do. I got two we're going to pull, but before we pull, we're going to bring somebody from the guests to help me pull. And he called me all week long. He said, Martin, I don't want to do anything, but just come eat at the show, and would you please let me help you with the raffle? That's Dr. Glenn Manso. Doc, would you come up here? Don't act like you're surprised. You've been calling me all week long. Come on now. He is a grandfather.
He's probably never done this before, but let me help with
He's
the
a
raffle.
grandfather, one of his grandsons. But, all right.
How do you operate?
You can sit down.
I can sit down?
Yeah, you can sit down. Watch, don't fall off the stage. My insurance is not that much. All right.
I can fix myself.
Yeah. That's what she said. All right. Here we go. Open the trap door. Pull one ticket. I know how you are.
Can I pull mine?
All right. The first, you can. The first one's going to be $100 to Cajun Meat Market. You know, they got some great stuff. Cajun Meat Market. So I hope you pull somebody from Edie White, because half the crowd's Edie White.
Mary, what's your number? Just tell me. Just tell me your number. Bobby taught me that.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he's the master at it.
All right, 027-889.
Oh, close.
Oh, Jen Gators.
Oh, I missed it by one. I missed it by one. I was going to give it to Aunt Miriam. And Miriam, I missed it by one. You could blame Glenn Manso. There you go. Hey, get you that turducken. It's pretty good.
Another one?
Yeah, we got $100. Go to Cypress Stop. You can get whatever you want over there. But you get fuel. You could get. They got good liquor over there. I shouldn't be saying that with a predominantly Edie White crowd, but they got good liquor over there. All right. Kyle Lasang would love for you to pull his number. Here we go.
What's your number, Coach? 027-838.
Boyd, yeah. Edie White. Coach. Yes, indeed. Wow.
Leave the $50 you promised me earlier.
Yeah. Have you ever won anything, Boyd? Except for your wife. That was a prize years ago. All right. That was good. All right. Good deal. Bobby, when you bring your 100 cash?
Well, I don't know. I got before Christmas. I got to do that. If we beat Washington, I'll have that. I'll give it 120. So you could do have more winners, 40, 40, 40. You'd be all
40, 40, 40.
No, like when my kids give me a hard time, I just realized how I said that 40. Like that would, I mean, do I mispronounce 40? I mean, because my kids.
Wait. You're worried about mispronouncing 40 words?
One word?
You're worried about one
That's
word?
what you're worried about. Bobby, have you heard all the other words you butchered today?
My kids always tell me like 40, but that 40 when you
I don't know if that Predator's working or not. You did perfect.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, a look at next week's game.
Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Since 1988, Quality Rental Tools has provided specialized products to the oil and gas industry. Our locations allow for quick service to both land and marine operations. At Quality Rental, our name represents our commitment to our customers. Our uncompromising principles help us remain a strong and vibrant member of the oil and gas industry. To order any of our products for offshore and land needs, call us today at 1-888-922-3449. Quality Rental Tools, our name says it all.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're finishing up here on Sports on the Bayou. We had a major event just happen. Martin, I'll let you tell everybody.
Well, Bobby said he got the money in his pocket right now. You know, that's fleeting every week.
Cash money, homie.
He wants to hand me 120.
I'm like Randy Moss.
And look, what I'm going to do, instead of auctioning this one off, I think coach and staff at Edie White's probably got a little extra expenses. So that's $120. Kyle, come up here and get $120.
All right.
I'm going to be the middleman in here, so I'm going to take my cut. I'll pass it over to Martin.
Hey, you acting like
Chuck.
You acting like Bill Riviere now.
We'll be back next week with another version of Sports on the Bayou.
We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.